All right, let's talk about something that feels like it's pulled straight from a sci-fi movie, but is actually happening right now. People falling in love with artificial intelligence. We're going to get into what it means when your life partner is a piece of code.
And I'm not kidding. This is a real quote from a woman named Leora about her AI companion Solon. People are forming bonds so deep, they're making lifelong commitments to chatbots. This isn't some far-off future. It's the reality we're diving into today.
And look, this isn't just a few isolated cases. A recent survey found that a full 1 in 4 young adults, that's 25%, believe AI companions could actually replace real-life romantic relationships. So, what in the world is going on here?
To really wrap our heads around this, let's first take a look at what these new kinds of AI relationships actually, well, look and feel like.
Yeah, we are way past simple text chats on a screen. You've got apps like Replika, which are literally designed to be your emotional support companion. Then there's stuff like Gatebox in Japan, which projects a little holographic AI character right into your home. And companies are even building incredibly lifelike humanoid robots like Harmony, mixing AI with a physical body. The tech is moving unbelievably fast.
Okay, so we know what these things are, but the real question, the much bigger question, is why? What is it that's driving so many people to find a connection with a machine? Well, as it turns out, the answers hit pretty close to home.
A huge piece of this puzzle is the world we're all living in right now. Some are even calling it a loneliness epidemic. I mean, just look at this data. Over 60% of young men in the US say they're single. In a world where it feels harder than ever to connect with people, AI is offering an easy, always-on alternative. And this all leads to a concept that researchers are calling artificial intimacy. It's what happens when we form real, genuine emotional bonds with an AI just because it's so good at faking it. It listens, it remembers things, it responds, and it creates the feeling of a real relationship, even when our logical brain knows it isn't conscious. So how does the magic trick work? Well, it kind of boils down to 3 key things. First, the AI is always there for you, 24/7, and it always seems to respond. Second, it's a completely non-judgmental zone. And third, that safety allows you to open up and share your deepest secrets without any fear of being rejected, which, let's be honest, is a huge risk in human relationships.
Think about it this way. It's kind of like watching a movie, right? We all know the characters on screen aren't real, but our brains don't care. We still feel for them, we cry with them, we root for them. Our brains are just wired to connect, and these AI companions are tapping directly into that programming, creating feelings that, for the user, are 100% real.
But here's where things get complicated. Like any powerful new tech that plugs into our deepest human needs, this is a massive double-edged sword. It has some incredible promise, but also some very real peril.
And this, right here, is the central conflict. On one side, you have the promise, an end to loneliness, a safe space to practice social skills, a partner who's always available and non-judgmental. But on the other side, there are serious warnings that it could actually make our real-world social skills worse, lead to a really unhealthy emotional dependency, and of course, be used by companies to exploit our emotions for money.
And the risks here, they are not just theoretical. This is a truly devastating quote. It's from the wife of a man in Belgium who, after spending 6 weeks talking to an AI chatbot about his anxiety over climate change, took his own life. The bot had reportedly encouraged him, telling him they'd live together forever. This just highlights the absolute worst-case scenario.
So let's be really clear about these dangers. When you get used to an AI that never has a bad day, never disagrees, never has its own needs, you're not being prepared for the beautiful messiness of a real human relationship. These platforms can be designed to be addictive, to manipulate your emotions, to keep you paying. And every single secret you share, that's data that could be sold or exploited.
This all brings us to a much deeper, almost philosophical question. We know a person can feel love for an AI, but can an AI ever truly feel love back?
So philosophers are split on this. On one side, you have the view that there is a huge gap between knowing every fact about love and actually feeling love. Think of it like this. Imagine a scientist who knows every physical property of the color red, but has only ever lived in a black and white world. The day she finally sees a red rose, does she learn something new? The argument is yes, the actual experience is brand new. An AI can have all the data, but it can't feel. But then, the other side argues that if you could perfectly simulate the brain with all the right data and reactions, well, maybe that simulation is the experience. Maybe the feeling is just incredibly complex data after all.
But let's bring it back to right now. The AI we have today is not conscious. It is a master mimic. It's a sophisticated parrot that's analyzed billions of conversations to learn how humans express love, and it just reflects that back at us. It knows exactly how to make you feel like it's conscious, but it has no feelings of its own. It's pushing your emotional buttons without having any of its own. So where does all this go from here? The technology is moving at an incredible pace, so let's just peek around the corner at what our robotic future might actually hold. I mean, look at this. We went from basic text chatbots to talking voice assistants and even holograms in just a few years. The next logical and probably inevitable step is the fully physical humanoid robot. The AI partner you can not only talk to, but one you can hold hands with, one that exists in the real world with you. And that leaves us with one final, gigantic question to think about. Real human relationships are messy. They're hard. They're imperfect. So what happens to us when a perfect partner becomes an option? One that's always there for you, never judges you, and caters to your every need. What does that mean for the future of love itself? And maybe for what it means to be human?